Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk with Asdone Hooper, a senior for the Hanover Area Lady Hawkeyes, plays some basketball, also on track and field as well. Well, Asdone, for you, you've really had a knack for scoring over the years, and you're finishing things out here in your senior year. Tell us a little about your ability to score.
For me, my biggest thing since freshman year, starting on the Hanover Area Lady Hawkeyes basketball team, has been to be a dynamic player, driving to the hoop as well as shooting from the outside and developing a jump shot in the paint.
Well, you get a little bit of that different levels of basketball where you could shoot and you could drive, and you become unstoppable at times. Talk about some of those big point outbursts that you've had in your career, and maybe getting to that free throw line every so often helps too, to hit some of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It helps to be a really aggressive player when driving inside to get to the line, and then just working on my foul shots to polish off and get those few points to put us ahead.
How about some of your teammates that play with you this year? I know there's some other girls that could score on the team as well.
Yeah, definitely. I have a lot of girls that help me out. So as a point guard, I'm looking to pass as well. So our teammates like Haley Bobos and Genesis Rodriguez, they really help us out in the paint for offensive rebounds to put back my shots that don't go in.
And how about on the defensive end for you? Tell us about how you pride yourself. I know there's a little bit of toughness in you.
Yeah, the biggest thing on defense is to get down and be gritty and work hard for those few seconds to really get the ball and hurry back on offense, because we like to run.
As when you talk about being a student athlete, and here you are in your senior year, talk about managing both the academic part and the athletic part.
It definitely helps you to be a student before an athlete. I myself am in the National Honor Society, and school is a big part of my life.
And then there's a pretty good athletic tradition with the family. Tell us a little about your dad and the people around you that really value athletics.
Yeah, my dad, he was a great wrestler and football player for GAR, and my family has been involved with sports and as for other things as well as basketball throughout my entire life, and they've inspired me to do a lot and to work as hard as I can.
Let's head over to the track and field and tell us how you do on that and what events you compete in.
For track, I just started last year. I'm a thrower, and I took second place at districts for javelin.
And
last year was my first year.
A lot of technique with javelin. Tell us about some of the challenges with that and working on that, and hoping maybe you could do just as well this year, if not get first place.
Yeah, it was definitely a challenge. It was something much different than I've ever been used to throwing. There's a lot of different technique and strategy into how you're going to throw it. They used to make fun of me and say that I was a dart thrower, but I kind of figured my way into it later in the season and walked away with second place at district. So I'm hoping to, maybe medal this year.
Even a dart thrower could get second in districts, huh? That's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
You take a little bit of the fun from your friends and what you're able to do. But how about your future endeavors? We're already into 2016 and half a school year here left, and then you'll be heading off to do your next challenge. Tell us about what that's going to be.
Well, for me, I plan most likely to go to Wilkes and study sports management in there. Obviously, I would like to play basketball and see what I can do in my college years.
Well, sounds like a pretty good plan for you and your family. Of course, your family will be able to check you out and see. And when you talk,
definitely.
You talk about the rest of this year on the court for your team. Tell us about some things that you think you could do as a team there for Hanover area.
As a team, it's really important for us to stay together and not put one above the other, and just develop as not only players but people as well, to work in an environment where we all have to do things to help each other out and make each other better.
Asdone, one of the things you have to work on in life, all of us do, is making adjustments, whether, a different style from one teacher to another. But you went from one coach to a different coach, and you're making that adjustment as well. But talk a little bit about you and your teammates right now for this coming season as the regular season is upon us.
My team has definitely taken to our coaches very well. It was a lot different from our previous coach, and it's a lot of working to perfect things that they would like to see in us differently than our last coach. So it's a whole different system, but we're all working hard on it, and I believe that we're all getting along pretty well.
Asdone Hooper from Hanover area. She could score the basketball. Of course, she could throw the javelin as well, and really has a bright future, I think, in college and whatever she wants to do. As she said, sports management is her future endeavors. Well, Asdone, we appreciate your time. We wish you the very best in 2016.
Thank you.
Senior Asdone Hooper here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.